Hello Stampin' Friends, this is Trina Brower with a quick Christmas video using the Peaceful Prints from the Sale-a-bration catalog for this August of 2021 through September of 2021. Let me just show you kind of on the Sale-a-bration catalog what this looks like. And here are some of the samples that you see with it. But I'm going to be making this card today and using just some of my leftovers from that kit. I got my inspiration from this that I got off of the Stampin' Up! Website. One of our artisan designers did this card, and she went from a simple sketch to a more complicated sketch and then a very avid sketch. And let me just tell you, she's taken some strips of paper there, added some vellum, did a little design on the front that she cut out with the name, and then some sequins. This one she upped it just a little bit, added some more strips, did a little bit more of the embellishment on it, and then for this final one really upped it up, really put it up a little bit higher with more embellishments and different type of cardstock and adding some other things to her vellum. So anyways, mine's going to be a little bit simpler than that. We're going to make this Christmas card today, and let's get started. I started with some of our thick basic white cardstock, and I like to use this whenever I'm using just as a basic background on my card or for my card base. So we're going to get started there. And then I took a bunch of strips. I just took, since our designer series paper is in a 12 by 12 sheet, I cut it into a 6 by 6 sheet. And then I simply cut a whole bunch of strips at a 3/4 inch thing. So they're 3/4 inches by 6. And I just started layering. These are a little shorter just because I found some extra scrap that I had, and I thought I'd use that instead, and they can be one of my first ones. So what I found that was easiest for me was to decide what I was going to start this with. Either something like this, or maybe even a smaller one. Let me see if I have any others in here. Oh, here I do. You know me, I only get half the stuff out that I want. I think I want to start with this little strip here. So what worked best for me was just kind of laying this out, and I'm going to go from one corner to the other. And I'm going to be trimming some of this stuff off then. So let's get started. Just need a little bit of adhesive on here to get me started. And then just kind of playing with it, because I'll trim all this off later. I think I want to pull it down just a bit more so you see more of that. And that looks pretty good. Okay, once I got this down, what worked best for me was going ahead and adding some adhesive right on the cardstock and not going too far down because I don't know where my final strip is going to be. And I also then put some on this side too. Let's get some more adhesive down here. And I could pretty much go almost all the way to the corner on that. All right, now it's just a matter of let's start building. So I'm going to kind of go off of my main design there. And once again, just adhesive crossed here. And we're going to line her up. Nothing fancy about this. Move that out of the way. Let's see. Do I have another piece here that's kind of that? I don't. I have no idea where that's gone to, but I'm sure I have one around here somewhere. Something close at least. Maybe not. So we're going to just try another piece then. Let's see about, I've got all these little scraps laying here, and of course the one that I want, oh, here we go, this one will work. That'll go across there. You never know where I'm going to have something hiding. And this, I just want to make sure, since this was a little bit shorter than the others, that I got it there. There we go. Like I said, we're just doing scraps, so really doesn't matter which way you go. Whatever strikes your fancy. Of course, you can also do this with any of your designer series paper and have some fun with that. Make it with flowers or butterflies, whatever. Okay, what was next? So let's do this green with the snowflakes on it. It helps that I've put that extra strip of adhesive down the edges so I don't have to worry about my edges so much. Okay. And maybe another, well, this one. Get that kind of in there. Maybe move it down just a little bit. We'll see here. Going to get part of that deer in there, and that's okay. Right about there. And then, oh, let's put this little guy down here because he doesn't need much. Let's see if I got a better one with some more. Yeah, none of these guys are showing up very much, but we're going to use them anyways. Unless I can find a better one. Let me see here in my stash if I have some better deer around here. Oh, this one looks a little bit better. Let's try this one. These were cut shorter because they were different scraps that I had. Okay, there we go. There's my card, believe it or not. Now the easy part comes. I'm just trimming all this stuff off. I found this worked best for me. Those of you that are math geniuses, you can probably figure out a way to actually measure all that and get it correct. Not me. That was never going to happen. So we're just going to trim up here. And then I'm going to open this up. It's easier for me if I open this one up. Do a little bit more trimming. And then once I finish this, if there's any places that I think I need a little bit more adhesive just to hold down my strips, I will do that. Okay. There we go. Now I've got the front of my card right there. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. This stuff, all my little bits and pieces out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take some vellum cardstock. And this is cut, this has been cut 3 by 4. And I'm just going to kind of lay it on here temporarily. What I have used is, I have used my old Festival of Trees stamp set. And this came also, you could buy a punch that matched it. And even though there's some gorgeous ones in the new catalog and in our Sale-a-bration catalog and in the mini catalog with pine trees and that type of thing, I've had this, so it was like, no, I'm going to use it. I really don't need any more new Christmas trees. So I've already stamped them in garden green and punched them out. Get hold of them here. And then I've also stamped Merry Christmas in garden green, and that is on a 3 1/4 by 1/2 inch strip. And that came from another retired set. This was called Versatile Christmas. And one of the newer sets in the catalog that I just love, though, is this For Unto Us. This is a current set, and it has some great sentiments on it. I just love, like, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Glory to the Newborn King. I'd like that to be a little bit bigger, but, you know, you can't have everything. So let's go ahead and kind of get where I want my trees to be. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate here. Put some adhesive on it. And I'm going to put it about right about there. Looks about right. About that distance. And the same with this one. Kind of going to just put some adhesive there. Kind of going to guess where I'm going to put this. Everything I do is just a guess, so makes everybody a little. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. There we go. This one about right like that. Okay, that's pretty straight. Not too bad. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of this. And once I get that done, I am going to go ahead then and hook my vellum down. The reason that I didn't do it yet is I wanted to make sure I'd be able to hide my adhesive on my vellum. And this way I'm absolutely sure where I'm going to put that. That looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to flip this over and put my adhesive right where everything is, and it'll be hidden well. Yeah, it'll stick go. Okay. On it goes. Just kind of centering it. Okay. Next thing is I've taken my old cherry cobbler baker's twine and I have got a little bow on there, and as all of you know, I hate making bows, so I used my little bow maker to make it earlier. And let's get a glue dot on there. So I'm ready to stick that on when I need to. Find my, and I'm going to do a couple more dimensionals, just using the smaller ones on my Merry Christmas. Going to put them in just a little bit farther so I can get my baker's twine underneath there. And one right down here. Let's see if I got it the right way. Yep. And then one more. Yeah, we'll get those on and out of the way. Okay, and just kind of wherever you'd like it. I kind of like mine about right there. That looks good. Put that down. Take my little bow here that's on my glue dot. I'm just going to slide it right up underneath there. And I'll be trimming it. And there we go. And I'll trim those off. Of course, I'm using my ribbon scissors because, you know, just like your old mom's sewing scissors, you never cut paper with them. So these I only use for ribbon or twine, as the case may be. And for the final touch, gotta have a little bit of bling. So this is our red rhinestone basic jewels. And I'm just gonna put 3 of those on there, just kind of wherever you think you'd like them is where you want to stick them. If you want to add more, that's fine. I figured 3 was enough for me. But this is just such a great way to use up my designer series paper and yet still be very happy with the card. And there we go. Now, of course, you know, for the inside, I always have to have something for the inside. So I've already stamped with another tree on there, and I haven't decided yet what my sentiment is going to be for my Christmas card. So as usual, either I will stamp something or I'll run it through my printer, since I'm going to have them all be the same. But I will probably adhere this to the inside with some dimensionals just to pop it up a little bit. And so that's the end of my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Just a real simple way to use up your Sale-a-bration designer series paper, and it's been fun. If you have any questions, you can always reach me at trenabrower@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. Keep stamping and scrapping. Bye-bye now.